We're on tour.
All right. I have to start off with this episode by doing something crazy. So, I don't know, it's the past couple weeks since I received this stone here. It's been glowing and some weird shit has been going on. But I discovered this the other day, okay? And have you ever wondered, let me get a little sippy of this. Have you ever wondered what the world would look like if you peeled back the fabric of reality? That was a rhetorical question. I'm really glad you didn't answer it at all. Check this shit out. How about them fucking apples, dude?
Apples.
There wasn't no apples back there. There was some spooky, scary stuff back there that I'm not sure what it is. But like I said, I've been dealing with some very peculiar and strange occurrences the past couple of weeks, and yeah, I don't know how to go about it. But guys, I do have to introduce a new segment of the show. It's not really a segment of the show, but it is a fun little thing. It's an episode. It's an episode-wide little bit, and it's. Let me get rid of the magic mic because it's picking up everything that I'm saying subtly. You probably don't realize it, but I take a big fat flatulence onto it. That would be fucking fun. That'd be just as fun as lighting a fart on fire. Would be farting into a vocal echo mic. But I have a new little fun thing. Like I said, I don't think I wouldn't call it a segment, but this is what I like to call Find the Phantom. And this is something that anywhere in the episode, anywhere, it could be tucked under here at 30 minutes in. It could be peek up like right here or something. It could be in the static and the segues. It could be at the blackness, the empty blackness of the end of the episode. It could be anywhere, but this right here is what you're going to see. It's a phantom, and it's going to peek out at any instant, anywhere in this episode. And if you catch it, you got to be keen. You got to be on it. But if you catch it, and you comment on this video, and you tell me exactly the exact timestamp where it is, you have a chance to win some Art of the Jam merch. Wherever and whenever that will be, but you will have a chance to win some merch if you are into that. But I wanted to get that out of here before our question. But I will get into it. If you guys are interested in finding that phantom, please do so. I'm just trying to find some incentive for them to watch the whole show. Like I just want you to watch my show. All right. So, and people like things. I think most people like stuff, and
especially free stuff.
Yeah, and if you are bribed with things in a little game to watch my show, I ain't above it. All right, but guys, it is yet another episode of your favorite show, America's favorite show. But we are here with yet another episode of Art of the Jam. This is episode number 125, and there's no guest today. I hope you enjoyed Nichelle last week. She was fun. I mean, she was aight, but it's okay. But this is episode number 125, and as usual, I do have a question for you, audience. Actually, I have two questions. One of them I wrote, and it was it's obviously not like crazy serious, but it's a fun one. One of them I'm genuinely curious about, and first question. Okay, this is the you get a 2-for-1 on this episode. So first question, and this is the one I was genuinely curious about. But is it worse to get somebody's birthday wrong, or is it worse to forget their birthday altogether? So say you... Because the reason I say is because the other day I was like, it's somebody's birthday today. Do I know whose birthday it is? Nope, I don't. But I was like, I'm going to text my brother and just tell him happy birthday. And as I was doing so, I was like, it's not my brother's birthday. I didn't forget his birthday, but I thought, okay, this is the thing. It was the 9th, and his is the 9th. My brother's is the 19th, I believe. The 18th or 19th. Fuck my ass. But I was like, man, what would be worse if I text him and it wasn't his birthday, or if I just didn't message him on his actual birthday? What's worse? We'll get into that. Second question, the actual question of the episode. And this one is on a lighter note, I suppose. But if we weren't the universe's fickle mistresses, okay, and we could choose which way we check out of this world, okay, how would you choose to do so? In other words, in layman's terms, if you could choose how you die, how would you go die? It was stupid. I can reword that better. Damn it. You done dead. How you done dead? Oh, fuck. Guys, if you could choose how you die, how would you die? Okay? That being said, let me grab it off the floor because it keeps picking up too much shit, but... Cue the intro. That was my breath being stolen by that was just my breath being stolen because it deserves to be taken from me after I've had so many cringy things I've done in this episode so far, and we're like 5 minutes in. But guys, we are back from the intro, and like I said, Space Camp, what do you think is worse? Do you think it's worse to forget somebody's birthday or get their birthday wrong?
Dude, that one's kind of a toss-up, but honestly, just forgetting altogether. It's like, especially if you've known that person for a while.
Yeah. And I honestly, I think my...
It'd be funny if you got it wrong, though, and you know, it'd be like, haha, gotcha, you know.
For sure. But I just believe... I think, yeah, you could. It'd be much easier to save. I feel like you could.
Yeah.
I feel like you could save yourself from that. But if you forgot their birthday, it would be an excuse. So there's like, both are excuses, I guess. But like, Yeah, I could be like, yeah, I'm just kidding.
I'm usually pretty good with birthdays.
Yeah,
How could you forget Charles's birthday?
I messaged Charles for his birthday, but I didn't know whose it was because they're like mine was pretty innocent, I think, because my brother's birthday. Now I'm like questioning it, and I'm really glad that he doesn't watch the show because I don't know if it's the 18th or 19th, but the 9th. Watch it not be the 18th or 19th at all, but I know it's February in the teens, late teens, I'm sure, but no. I believe that it's since it was the 9th and then the 19th, I'm like, oh, we're just technically one digit off. So I was like, I don't think that'd be bad. I think that's pretty innocent, but yeah, forgetting somebody's birthday, I don't usually forget somebody's birthday. I have that weird feeling where I'm like, it's like, the little squiggly Spider-Man Spidey Sense lines? I'm literally like, it's somebody's birthday. Somebody's having a birthday today. Do I know who or what? Technically, everybody has a birthday every day. Hundreds of people have birthdays every day. So, my Spidey sense...
That's wild to think about, though, too.
Well, I mean, there's, like 6 billion people on this earth? And yeah, so there's obviously no date where... Yeah, it's that one, I think, now that I think about it. Mine hasn't buzzed in a while, but anyways... yeah, everybody has a birthday always. Every day there's multiple people, hundreds of thousands of tens of thousands of people that probably have a birthday every day, which is kind of crazy. Stop having babies. No, I'm not that kind of person. I'm just kidding about that. Exterminate the old first before we stop having babies. I think that'd be yeah. So that was a segment of the show I like to call cruelty. Just cruelty. No alliteration or fancy name. But if you could choose how you die, how you think you would die?
Drugs.
That's pretty cheap, I'll be honest.
I mean...
I feel like 90% of the earth would choose drugs. You don't have anything fun?
I mean, nothing like maybe like a bear. Try to fight a bear or something.
That's better.
Yeah.
At least try to fight a bear on heroin or something. Or like do meth and try to fight a bear.
Or skydiving while on drugs.
That would be cool. I mean, heart attack on the way down, or because you have to die.
Well,
so,
what if you're like deathly scared of heights, but you're like, oh, I gotta just do this?
Well, I mean,
did you die of the heart attack because you're scared shitless out of your mind, or are you gonna die of a heart attack over the drugs?
Well, I guess that's. I mean, you have to die because that's the question. So it's like you
make it to the ground, splat,
or just do a bunch of do an obnoxious amount of meth, then jump out of the plane with no parachute. That would be fun because then you're like, well, I'm scared shitless. I'm going to have a heart attack in the air, whether it's from the drugs and you're never going to know because you're going to die no matter what. You're going to hit the ground and you're going to die. Unless you're that one
so
guy.
fast.
I feel like that would actually be the longest death ever. If you didn't take drugs, well, I mean, even besides the drugs, if you were to jump out of an airplane with no parachute, I feel like that would be a really long death. Because that's all you're thinking about. Would it be peaceful, too? Because, but
kangaroos, getting fighting kangaroos and shit. You know how deadly them motherfuckers are.
Yeah, my idea was I wanted to be. I think I want to be as close to old age as possible, right? And then I want we remember I was talking about CERN, the particle accelerator, and the opening that portal or whatever. I want to be thrown into the portal at like 90 years old with nothing but a timer attached to myself. It doesn't do anything. It's just a countdown timer for like 3 minutes. And they throw me. Well, no. Ooh, okay. So I had another idea, and I guess I can't do this. Throw me into the particle accelerator with a bomb, but it's a confetti bomb. And they throw me through the fucking portal, and so that I come out on the other side, and they're like, they sent us. Why would they not send us like a young man that's capable of doing things in another dimension? They send us the oldest man ever. It'd be funny. It'd be funny both ways.
and then what the fuck is this? And then confetti.
Yeah, but then see, this is what I really wanted to do was at my funeral, while I'm all like cleaned out, don't put embalming fluid. Just have a really quick funeral. So like there's nothing. I'm just like dry skin. There's no organs or anything. So whenever I pop, there's just like dusty confetti essentially. And then, well, yeah. But see, I'm already dead. So I still have to choose my own death. So and I couldn't get my body back from the portal. Because then you got to think about this. If they filled me with confetti and then they threw me through the particle accelerator, the CERN portal, then I would blow up, but it would just be like wet gut, bloody confetti. Because I'd be alive. I mean, it'd be like old man, like human jerky confetti kind of thing, but like...
Dude.
I'm just kind of like, well, what do I... Maybe... Yeah. I didn't think this one through, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I think I would be filled with confetti and then thrown through a portal. But this is my original idea, was to be thrown through the portal at like 90 years old with just a timer, and then my weak, frail old man heart would probably give out because I'm like, wow! Like, I don't know what happens in a portal, but I assume you like spin and twirl and go through, and like there's like times and fucking DeLoreans and phone booths and shit. I don't know what the fuck, eyeballs and stuff soaring through synchronous order through time and space. I don't know what happens in a portal, or I'm just like completely stretched to my limit, and I don't know. Kind of like what I did with the fucking fabric of reality at the beginning of this episode, kind of like that. But if I'm old, and I would die on the way in, right? That's my whole idea. So
whole limp body and it just explodes. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Well, no. There's no bomb, just a timer. I go in and I land in this other dimension, and so all these like beep 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 go beep beep beep, whatever's on the other side, they're just like, oh, go beep beep beep, and they see the timer, and they're like, oh shit, it's a countdown timer. What happens at the end of this timer? And it's attached to a dead man, a dead old man. So now they're all just sitting there wondering for they're having the worst 3 minutes of their life. And they can't do anything because the CERN portal is only open for like 100th of a second. So they're like, shit, we can't throw them back. So what the fuck? Hear those sirens? They're coming for me. Anyways. But no, yeah, they would sit there and just be like, whoa, what the fuck? There's a fucking timer attached to this old dude, and what happens at the end of this timer? And then, of course, it'd be like super funny whenever nothing happens. You know, my mouth opens. And the little bang flag comes out. That's what it is. I've been looking for that all day. What happens when that timer goes off? It's just my mouth opens.
Somebody's waiting for it.
Yeah. But then they can't read in English because they're some sort of alien or something. I don't fucking know.
That honestly makes it funny.
Yeah, they're just like these like naked little like I don't even know like they're like amphibious squirrels or something. I don't know what the fuck. That's cool. No, but what's funny is I came up with a dope band name for that, and well, I'll do it we'll do it on another episode. But Confetti Corpse, that was a fun one for me. But dude, amphibious squirrels. Imagine. Oh, okay. Now I'm stuck on this. I don't know why I amphibious squirrels. So imagine a hybrid of like a squirrel frog. What the fuck would that be like? It'd be like a squirrel with like gills and could you imagine like a squirrel and it's just like You ever seen Vivarium?
No. I don't think so.
It's like a representing or it's like a movie that's like it's supposed to be like a depicting like human beings as a cuckoo, which is like a brood parasite, a brood parasite is like I forgot what the fish is. There's a fish, but a cuckoo. I don't know if you know what exactly like what a cuckoo bird does, but like or cuckoo. Everyone cuckoo clock a cuckoo, but it actually doesn't feed its own young. It's called a brood parasite because it'll feed off of other species of birds. It'll basically find its way into the net or no. Dude, okay. So this is what's crazy. They're abandoned. An egg is abandoned into another mother's nest. So it's just a bunch of shitty moms. It's fucking like the wine mom of birds. The Xanax wine mom of birds leaves their kid unhatched in another bird's nest. So like a robin. And they're forced to provide for the baby cuckoo. And then the baby cuckoo like grows up to be a shit bird too. Shit bird. This is clever. But grows up to be a shit bird and then goes and does does it all over again. They just perpetually force their children to be provided by other species of birds. So it's kind of crazy because especially like for the robin, because a robin like a robin is like a much smaller species of bird, so it's kind of crazy if you see a picture of like a baby cuckoo and in a nest full of baby robins being fed by the mother robin. It's literally like it's hilarious. It's literally like if like you have like a bunch of normal little kids and then like a Hulk child or something like that, or you have a bunch of like little people and then a normal guy. It's like that. It's kind of funny, actually. And he's just like, no, it's mine. Because she's like, and it's like, how do you feed that thing? Because like a baby, it's bigger than the mom. So it's just like, and birds just like regurgitate into already eaten food into the baby's mouths, which is fucking absurd. Absurd bird. That bird's absurd for doing that shit. That's okay. Because birds don't have teeth. Well, no, ducks have teeth. Because I feel like they feed it to their baby. Dude, they're just puking in their children's mouths. Could you imagine? If human beings, it's like,
Mom, I'm hungry.
Dude, I see. A couple episodes I mentioned. A couple episodes ago, I mentioned My Strange Addiction, and I watched this new episode where the mother was addicted to breastfeeding, and so her kids were like 8 years old, and it was funny because they're like, "Can I have some mommy milk? Can I have some mommy milk?" And they're literally like 8. It's like, dude, you have a driver's license, but yes, you can have some mommy milk. But it's just crazy because she'd be like in public, and she'd just be like at the store, and then the kid would be like, "Can I have some mommy milk?" And I'd be like, dude, there's like, we're at the store. We're in the candy aisle. You can have anything you want, but you want this mommy milk? It's like, you know how like when a little kid like tugs on your parent's shirt and it's like, can I have can I have a Snickers or something like that? Or like, ugh. She's literally like tugging on her shirt and like, mommy milk. And it's like, dude, you can speak better than that. You don't have to. It was fucking absurd. But there was actually no downside to it. It was the only My Strange Addiction that was like not detrimental to health. It's like if you as long as a woman can produce milk and or lactate and produce milk, you can feed your kid for as long as it's actually beneficial, which is kind of crazy. Could you imagine you come home from school, can I get some of that mommy milk? Yeah. Yeah, take that, glowing stone. Put that in there.
Hey, mommy, can I get some of them udders?
Yeah. Nah, the udder one. I already had enough of the left one. I just want to be clear, too. I don't know why I'm using that particular accent. But we're all having fun. Okay, is it any funnier for me to walk in and be like, yes, mama, may I have some more? Or whatever. Or, yes.
Have some of your teat.
Oi, mom. Oi, I want some of the milk from my mom. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's not funny. It's funny to be like, hey, mom, can I get some of that milk? Can I get some of that milk? Yeah. All right, so this show is canceled, but no, for sure. I guess. So I'm being thrown into a particle accelerator portal, with whether I actually explode with confetti or not. If they ever receive my body, it's going to be filled with confetti in a casket, and it's just going to blow up and have old dude dust just.
Dude, I think it'd just be funnier if you weren't even in a casket.
Just laying on the floor?
Yeah, dude, with a stopwatch around your neck, dude. It just
No, a Flava Flav sized watch. So a clock. But oh shit. Oh fuck. You remember me talking about how we had snakes?
Yeah.
Just ignore him. He'll go away. Just ignore him. He'll go away. Eventually. I don't like this. You keep showing up and you won't go away. And you keep with your little slithery fucking tongue. I mean, but he is happy. He does look very happy. Are you having fun, Snake?
Why, yes, I am.
All right. Well, so be it. We'll ignore you. I'm sorry. We're fucking filming an episode, so there's a camera, and you're on it. But, anyways, back to the show after we were so fucking rudely interrupted by the fucking snake. He needs a name. Let's name the snakes. No, I don't want to name you. I think you're just Snake. You're just Snake, all right? But anyways, and your death of choice was what again? Remind me.
grizzly bear. Well,
No. Put the grizzly bear in a cage. Take it in the plane with you. Shoot the bear up with meth. Because if you get to choose your own death, you might as well get to choose how the fucking
you gotta
bear
fight it
dies,
while
too.
in the cage.
No. Okay, you got two choices here. So, like I said, if you get to choose your own death, you might as well, in this fictional land, you get to choose how this bear dies as well. Because you're going to die. Who cares? PETA's not coming after you after you're fucking dead. You're dead. Shoot the bear up with meth, too. Okay? Enough meth to where you're not going to die instantly, but, yeah, because you got to mainline it. It's got to be, like, instantaneous. Like, you know what I mean? Thank God. Anyways, you either fight him in the cage while the cage is thrown out of the plane, or no. Okay, so that would be the most interesting, because then you couldn't like float away from each other.
Just fight him in the plane, and the pilot just jumps out.
whoever loses gets the meth and the jump. Or the push, more so. But, no, yeah, or you have to, you know how like tandem jumping, like before you have a license to jump, you're strapped to another guy. Would you want to be strapped to the bear on your chest? So you're not fighting, you're just doing an enormous amount of meth, tandem jumping with a grizzly bear with no parachute, which if you put him in the front, you'll have a better chance of living because he would absorb most of the, but you have to die. So, or you just have a bear doing the opposite to you. This bear will live because your body will be his cushion, and you'll just smash. So what do you choose? Which one? Which way?
Fighting it on the plane or parachute with the bear?
Like in a cage, pushed out, or strapped to him?
Like strapped to him. That would be interesting.
It would be one of the cutest deaths too, just because depending on it. See, grizzly bears. I'll be honest. Grizzly bears are scary, but cute nonetheless. I don't know why I drew that out so much, but yeah, bears I think are cute. Do you think Winnie the Pooh's dad was a grizzly? What kind of bear is fucking Winnie the Pooh? I mean, obviously a stuffed one, but
I don't know if there's like a honey bear.
I think there is. I mean, there's a honey badger, and he doesn't give a shit. But
I think like a honey bear is just like a smaller.
Oh, bother! That's the first time I've ever tried to do Winnie the Pooh. Oh, he has like a very round. Bother! Something. I don't know. I'll get it eventually, though. But guys, actually, speaking of stuffed bears or I forgot what I was saying now. I had a thought going on there, but for show and tell. I thought this would be a nice accompanying. First, I do not have a physical album, but I did want to show. I thought we could include in show and tell a new band discovery. If we discover a new band, we should shout them out or be like, hey, listen to this shit because it's fucking innovative as shit. I found a band, and I sent it to you the other day, but I found a band that I'm sure if anybody's algorithm on YouTube is anything like mine, which, I mean, mine's just, I don't want to say.
Probably not many.
It's just mainly comedy podcasts and bass videos. I like watching people play bass more than I like watching people play guitar for some reason. And then what is the other one? Like just crazy shit, like movie conspiracies and crazy shit like that. Which I heard I heard a crazy movie conspiracy the other day that they only made the movie Frozen, Disney's Frozen, so that it would counteract the search results, because there was the conspiracy that Walt Disney is he's in cryostasis in the Cinderella's castle, his body is. And so when people would search looking for the answers to this conspiracy, they would type in Disney Frozen. And so they made Disney's Frozen to basically create...
Shut it out.
Yeah, to hide it. So anytime anybody were to Google Disney Frozen, it would be the movie Disney's Frozen. This is a segment called Facts Unchecked. Thanks, everybody. TM. Ding. But that's that one was kind of fun, I think. But this band that I found is called Engin de Poitrine. I don't know if I'm trying my damnedest to pronounce it because it's French. But Engin de Poitrine, there's a roll there, I believe. But this is the wildest fucking band I've ever seen. Like, I always talk about like bands that open doors. I have found the next door, the next corridor door into my life, in the discovery of myself and my musical interests and things like that. But this band, it's kind of fucking crazy. They're like they dress up, and one of them they literally look like a
Yeah, I
wild.
saw a video Michelle shared earlier with like polka dots and stuff.
Yeah, they're all polka dots, and but one of them has like an upside down pyramid head, and then a mask with a big long nose, and he's all white, gold, and black polka dots, and then the drummer looks like a fucking Yo Gabba Gabba character, and he's just like a big, long, like black sausage looking dude, and it's kind of crazy because the wildest thing about the drummer is he has his eyes are up, his eyes are up here because he's this big sausage character, and he's all black with white polka dots and gold, and then he has like a pyramid on him somewhere. I forgot where it is, a gold pyramid. But when you realize that his real eyes are in the mouth, it's just the coolest thing ever because you're like, whoa! Because he paints his face black so that he looks like he's like in the thing, but his eyes are open so he can't paint his fucking eyeballs. So he's just like, it just looks like he's just lurking in there.
That's kind of genius.
Yeah, like fucking. You remember the Scooby Doo paintings in Scooby Doo where they would like the eyes would follow you? It's like that. It's like they're like lurking in there, and it's just like, what are you fucking doing, dude? They're crazy, and they'll just literally like. He plays a microtonal, double-necked guitar bass,
yeah, dude,
and he loops everything. So he'll do like one little like groove on the guitar, and then it'll loop, and then he'll do like more on the guitar, and then he'll loop it, and then he'll do bass, and then it'll just. But everything is so perfectly just like put together, like he's building this fucking insane sonic landscape, on the fly, and it's crazy. Like I'm normally not a big like loop guy, but this is like the most impressive. If I were to ever loop, that's how I would do it. I wouldn't do these like, no offense to like Tash Sultana, but like I like Tash Sultana, but I wouldn't do it in that way. I would do it in this like harsh, like it's very quick paced things. It's not like building this long thing like Tash Sultana does, which is cool in its own right. But I would. It was just fucking wild, and it's all microtonal, which I'm a big like fan of, like Middle Eastern music and stuff like that. So it's so fucking wild. It's cool. I dig it. But this leads me to. Do you have any? Have you discovered any new bands lately? That aren't AI.
Yeah, I'm like fucking hate it. Yeah, because you like know if it's air, but Castle Rat, they're like I guess like stoner, like medieval stoner, a female singer.
Medieval stoner.
Yeah, it's. They only have 2 albums. I can't remember the name of the album.
What makes them medieval?
I just the way they dress, and honestly, like there's the
chink, chink, chink. What are they in suits of armor?
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah, kinda, but the music you can tell like that's what they were going for. It's like how the way the lyrics are about fighting with a sword and shit like that. And wizards and shit.
Doth fighteth with sword. No, no, that's cool. That's do they sing in like doth art thou?
No.
Shakespearean language, which Shakespearean language I don't even think was knight era, but no, that's cool. You said Castle Rat. That's a dope band name.
Mm-hmm.
That's I like that. That's a cool. It's a cool name. Are they like metal or are they?
They got like a soft like stoner vibe. I can't ever heard of the band called Blood Ceremony that I showed you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of sound like that same vibe.
Interesting. This leads me to another thing. To go along with our question here, and we will answer this after the break. But another question is, what album would you die to? So imagine you free falling with this bear from this airplane. What is fucking playing?
That's hard.
And I got to think about where what I'm gonna explode full of confetti in another fucking dimension to. I don't know what that was. Yeah, whatever. But guys, we're gonna take a short break here, and while we are on break, I hope you enjoy this. There is no list bit. I'm giving it a rest. I've done it every episode so far for the past 3 or 4 episodes. So I'm going to give it a rest. But you guys, I want you to enjoy this jam. Because we're trying to get back into that shit. We're trying to get that back into the art of the jam. There's got to be some jam in there. At least a little bit. Brings me to my other question. Why has nobody ever made banana jam? We'll be right back, guys. Close the door.
Now back to the show.
We're back from the break. 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 Guys, we're back from the break. I hope you enjoyed that jam, and I hope you enjoyed that little jam I did with a little fucking magic mic action, with a little tippity tap 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 of the mic, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed that jam, because I know I sure did. But guys, what was I doing before? Oh, the what album do you think you would listen
Honestly,
to?
it's so hard.
Okay, that's the point. It's a question. It's a hard-hitting question that everybody's dying to know.
I don't know. Pocrathon by the Sword.
Pocrathon. What's that word mean? You know what that means?
I think it's a goddess.
Pocrathon. That's just fun to say. I honestly didn't give this any thought at all either. Actually, now that I wrote it down, I was like, album you'd go out to, and then I'm like, I literally wrote a dash to fill in my my answer, so I had an answer ready, and I didn't write anything. Oopsies! But album. One of the best albums ever to me. I honestly think I would go out to Primus's Brown album, to be honest. That's probably one of my favorite albums ever made. So why not just fucking go out to oh my god, the song Over the Falls. I'll go out to that. That'd be fucking dope. I love that song. Anyways, this bit didn't work, I guess. At all. I hope you guys are still keeping an eye out for that Phantom, whether it happened or didn't yet. But like I said, you get that chance to win that Art of the Jam merch. But guys, I totally forgot. I didn't forget. I just had to the past couple episodes. Not the past couple episodes, but a couple of past episodes, I'll say that. I have mentioned our dire need for a producer on this show. Somebody to give us the facts, you know. Somebody to really man the board and make sure that we're sounding good and we're sounding clear and concise and making sure that everything is in working order so that we can just sit here and bullshit. Sorry, there was a mustache hair attached to my mic. I was wondering where that went. Anyways, I count them. But he's very shy. He's a very shy man. But we are happy to introduce. He wanted a soft introduction, is what I'm trying to say. He didn't. We will get into a little bit more on his backstory at a later date because. But for now, we're trying a new producer, and we're happy to have him. I want to introduce you guys behind the camera, at the board, back in that booth, chilling, being his suave ass self, is none other than our new producer, Sideshow O'Malley. Give it up for Sideshow O'Malley, everybody. There'll be applause, and he'll wait. There's your camera back there now, so you'll get to see him. But yeah, Sideshow O'Malley, he's a fun guy. Found him, he was down on his luck, and he was really looking for a job. So I was like, dude, I got a job for you. He's like, I don't care what it pays. I just want to be a part of something. And so I was like, well, have I got a thing for you to be a part of? So we're hoping that he doesn't fuck this up for us, and he becomes a very valued piece to our puzzle. Anyways, enough about you, fuckboy. Sorry, that was a little harsh. Maybe I just want you to be real.
Throw shit at him.
I just want to be clear because honestly, we've talked, but it's been very much business oriented. So, but I'm a ball buster, old O'Malley. I'm probably gonna shit on you quite a bit, and that's just something you're going to have to get used to. And if you can't stand the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen, all right?
When you said I'm a ball buster, it reminded me of Ron Burgundy from Anchorman. It's the way you said it.
Well, I have been known to be a ball buster. I am, in other words, I am a bully. Just kidding, I'm not a bully. I do feel like sometimes it's perceived that way, but I do not bully. I bust balls, and if you can't, like I said, if you can't handle it, get the fuck out. But thank you again, old Sideshow, my boy. But we are going to do a little segment that we did not too long ago. But this is, do you care to do a Behold Those Looky Holes?
We can do that again.
And I actually wrote first thing after question because I was going to put it at the beginning of the episode, and I did not. So, if Space Camp wants to assume the position, we are going to do a segment of the show I like to call Behold Those Looky Holes. And during this, this is the segment of the show for you guys who don't know, where Space Camp's eyeballs will become somebody else's eyeballs, and you will have to guess whose eyeballs those are, who they belong to. It's a celebrity. I'm trying to keep it to household names so everybody knows who it is, so it's not some sort of like obscure like 18th century peasant or something. But this is Behold Those Looky Holes, and the answer will be revealed at the end of the episode. So, Space Camp, if you would assume the position with your eyes covered and try not to move too much, stand as still as possible, and whenever I give you the count of 3, and I recite the title of the bit, then you will reveal them, and you will stay as still as possible for until I tell you. So, without further ado, 3, 2, 1. Behold those looky holes. All right. We good. So, if you guys want to know the answer to this question, or this isn't a question, this is I guess the question is whose eyeballs those were that were actually sucked out of the eye sockets of whoever's they were, and they were placed conveniently and beautifully with surgical precision into Space Camp's eye holes. And, well, his looky holes, I guess. And may I stress surgical precision. It's beautiful. It's you wouldn't even know the difference. You wouldn't know the difference, so fuck off, okay? But But that was a segment of Behold Those Looky Holes. We haven't been able to do a weekend recap in a long time, and so we actually, like I said on a past episode, we're starting to get at it. We just played. So we had a show this not last weekend, but the weekend before that. I didn't get to this because of Nichelle's episode for Valentine's Day, but we are here now, and on the 31st of January, we were the feature act in St. Joseph at Battle of the Bands, and this is going to be shitty because I forgot to write down the rest of the bands that were there. Yikes! This is embarrassing. What was the band? What was the band with the girl front? You remember what band that was?
It's like COG.
Oh, was that Cognition?
Yeah.
I wrote down Cognition. I wasn't sure who it was. There was only like 4 bands.
And then there was the one with the GU.
Guru.
Yeah. And then Heater.
Yeah, I wrote Heater ? Because I was like, is it like, I forgot what, like Heated? Heater? The Heat? I forgot what the fuck. I knew it was something to do with heat. But they won. They were a group of young kids.
It's the first band that played. I can't think of their fucking name.
Yeah, I was so overwhelmed because I hadn't left my house in like 2 weeks. So I was like, I don't remember. It was just a blur to me. But the show was like being there and stuff was fun. And we got to see Nelly, Nelly, I hope you found your keys, by the way. I was meaning to message you and ask you if you found your keys, but I failed to do so. But Guru, they were fun. I don't know why they got me for some reason. Guru was the dude with the one guy was on a keyboard synthesizer and one was on guitar, and they ended with a massive electrical failure, which he thinks he sweat on his keyboard and it fucked it up. And because they were like, I asked him what happened, and they were like, you could smell the problem, meaning he fried his keyboard apparently. I can't attest to it, but I trust the guy. But they were like they were like dance like cartoons, which I thought was fucking awesome. And yeah, they were fucking good. And Cognition, lead singer, is like it was kind of crazy because she had like a country Branson show country background, and then she's in this like hard rock metal band, which I thought was pretty interesting because you could definitely tell just by the tone of her singing voice what she was like, what her background was, but it fit really well. And they did some cool shit that I was like, because normally I'm not like a big metal guy or whatever, but it's like I'm not one to deny if something is cool or not. Like if it's genuinely cool, no matter where it exists, I'm gonna be like, that's fucking cool. As long as it's not on Epstein Island, then it's not cool. But I don't know. Shit, fuck. This isn't the political minute. I can't do that now. But anyways, and then Heater, of course. There was like these motherfuckers though. Great musicians, great dudes, but you don't need those big. You don't need amps that big. You all had huge amps.
Absurd.
And I'm like, dude, I get it, man. That's cool. But it's like, dude, you keep pushing at your age, sure, you can push them around, and that's great. Especially when you have 3 other fucking junior high kids fucking pushing them around for you, and you're not doing it. I feel like I'm being rude, but at the same time, I'm trying to say, you push those around now, that's cool. But just wait 10 years from now, 20 years from now, yeah, your back is not going to be very forgiving, I'm going to say. I mean, I guess you could always. That's the cool thing about having some fucking guitar tech amp pushing lackeys. No offense, but you can. They keep getting younger, and I keep getting older, and they stay the same age. You can just hire younger ones every couple of years, so that you can just break multiple backs. But no, that's fun. Huge shout out to Kim Poole as well. She has her Miss London's Penny Music Mag, which is she was I guess she like sponsored that show. I didn't know actually. I thought she was just there on business for her music magazine, but no, I guess she like sponsored that. I didn't realize that until after, but I thought that was pretty cool because I had a big long conversation with her about how difficult it is for especially like music journalism, because music journalism apparently is like she thinks that it's like this dying thing, and it's like, I mean, I don't think anything dies. I think it just has to be redirected or reanimated into the times. It's like, of course, nobody buys like a physical music magazine, and honestly, nobody fucking reads blogs anymore. But it's like there's something you can do with some, like if something is dead. Honestly, that's a blessing if something is dead, I think. Because if something is dead, then you're like, I have this like this just empty flesh machine that I can do whatever I want with it. I can put it over here, and there's like no, it's dead. There's nothing to worry about. Huge. But there's like I just think that it's the same as like, say say you get like the thing about like being discouraged or uninspired. It's like that's the point where there's no inspiration. It's the turning point. You're at like the little, like, I don't know if you know, like a little line graph where there's little dots and then the lines. Death is just a dot on the graph of your fucking existence, and you have the power to redirect that in whichever way that you want to go with it. I don't know what I'm saying, but it makes sense in my head, so I hope it makes sense in your head. But that's the thing. But yeah, huge shout out to Kim Poole, huge shout out to Nelly, huge shout out to Santa Claus, who was there again. Dope mustache game. He actually taught me to with the unruly soul patch to curl it as well, and I was like, "What the fuck? You can curl your fucking?" And I literally was just like, "Zeep," and it was like, I have a twisty mustache with a twisty soul patch, and they just kind of like match. It's kind of silly, but I just never thought of that. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, dude, and I can't. This is the thing. I can't shout out shows because like things that are happening. I can't shout out these shows because they are unless it's tour, I guess. But I actually have a little animation at the beginning of this episode that's going to be our tour schedule. So probably should have said that at the beginning, but you'll see it, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, man, I think to be real with you, I think that might be it. I think we might
the timer ran out.
Oh yeah, that old timey Tim, just spank his little butt, get all that residue.
Yeah, that's such a cool, fun word to say.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because if this is 60 sand, I got this new one. This is just 1 sand. Yeah, this is for my minute. I have a segment that I did on the last episode called the Political Minute, and this is a minute-long time. Actually, it's a shitty minute. I'll say that. I timed it whenever I got it. I seen it. I was like, dude, fuck yeah. So I got my little stopwatch out, and I was like, what the... how long is this? And it ended up being like a minute and like 5 or 6 or some shit like that. So it's a minute. So if you ever see this show and we do the political minute, no, it's actually a political minute and 6. But so I guess it's like 1.6 sand probably in there. But guys, that is a pretty decent spot to call it quits on this episode, I think. But sorry, I keep seeing shit. But we on this show have a mantra. We are going to live with cause and leave results to the great law of the universe. We are going to pass each and every day in peaceful contemplation, patient, and all the while remaining present in our lives, hopefully. So after this episode, we are going to go outside. It's very nice, actually. Snowpocalypse is nice and melted, and it's all muddy and drying up today. Actually, it was muddier yesterday, but it's nice and warm. Probably not on the other side of the world, but right here, right now, where we are, it is nice and warm outside, and so you're gonna go outside and you're gonna touch some grass. You're gonna hug a tree. You're gonna pet your wife. You're gonna kiss your dog, unless your dog just pees everywhere. Still, at 1 year old, fuck you, dude. You're peeing everywhere. Only when she gets excited, but it's literally like, fuck, dude, stop. All right? It's kind of funny because at the end of the last episode with Nichelle, I was trying to show off my dog on camera, but the moment she came down here, she was just like, and then just started peeing all over the floor. So, huge shout out, not a sponsor, but huge shout out to OxyClean. Thanks, everybody. Space Camp.
Stay funky, y'all.
Yep, and I will play us off of this episode. So... Out of the gym. Sorry, I fucked that. Out of the gym. Out of the gym. Out of the gym. We are jumping out of planes on meth. Jumping out of planes on meth. Yeah. Throwing through portals. Jumping through portals. Jumping through portals. Confetti corpse. Confetti corpse. Art of the jam. Art of the jam. Art of the jam. Art of the jam. Confetti corpse. Meth plane. Confetti corpse. Meth plane. Behold, those looky hoes. Those looky hoes. Those looky hoes. Whose eyes are those?
Forrest Whitaker.
Behold, those looky hoes. Behold, those looky hoes. Meth plane. Bear fight. Confetti corpse. Blowing up. Blowing up. Blowing up. Blowing up. My body. We have snakes. And we pull back the fabric of reality. This is Art of the Jam. Thank you, everybody.
That one was awful. Clippy clappies. I rehearsed for hours.